How's it going? This video I'll be showing you guys the preparation for the paint job. Bodywork is pretty much finished. You can just put a little bit of primer wherever I find little pinholes. I just like to use like primer that's at the bottom of a bottle, for example. That's pasty like that. You see that? It's like a paste now. And I just get some of that. And if I find like a little pinhole, a little spot like there, just put it on like that. Right. Extremely helpful. And I just like to show you guys, look at this amount of gunk that's in there. Junk, garbage and mold and whatever, dirt. So what I'll do is, you see there's no rubber here. I'm gonna see if I can cut a piece of rubber and put it on here. Stop this garbage from piling up in there. Other thing I'd like to show you is that these two bolts on this piece of trim, this piece of trim here, they're fairly easy to remove. But this one here in the back, it is a bitch. One of the really ugly ones. An ugly bitch, not a nice bitch. An ugly bitch. There's the hole for it back there. And you do have what you have to do to get to that hole. It's a 3/8, by the way, and these two that go here and here, they're 7/16. I don't know why the hell they made it that way. It's just stupid, but there you have it, in case you're wondering. The back is 3/8, front, middle, 7/16. And you have to remove all this part that goes here, the cover all around, as well as the trim, this trim. You got to pretty much remove the entire rear trim so that you can get access to that, which is terribly pathetic and another stupid design. But we're getting there. I'm getting there. There's the fender. Coming out pretty nicely. There's a bit of a hole there. I'm going to have to repair. A little bit of a ding. But it's already looking pretty good. Here's just a big hole. This entire fender I replaced. Fender 2 still lots of little curves, I think. I might have to put some more primer on it. And some body filler perhaps, but you gotta remove all this garbage, clean this up. And oh yeah, by the way, you see all this yellow stuff? That's rust, and that's not from the car itself. Like that happened because I was grinding. As I was grinding stuff, that powdered steel settles onto the paint, then it rusts onto the paint, and then it sticks like that. Normally I'd cover the car, and that's why when I'm grinding, so just a heads up, if you're doing any grinding on a car, make sure you either cover it up or you clean it up right away, because it only takes a day or so, or just one single rain, that the whole thing becomes rusted and it sticks to the paint like that. So see how the entire thing is yellowish, because I did a lot of grinding here. Almost finished forming this part. Well, actually it's finished, just gotta grind off some of the excess steel there. Welded a piece here, another piece here. I made this entire curve here from angle iron, stock angle. It's beginning to look pretty nice. This is very solid. Just welded it along here. The welds are perfect. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I didn't really care here because I was gonna have to scuff the paint anyway so that I can put the new paint on. So in my case, it didn't really matter, but it actually was nice that I could show you guys. So be very careful. Simple grinding job can turn into a nightmare and a complete paint job. And as I said in the previous painting videos with the Rambler and all, the smallest part of the painting job is the painting itself. The biggest part is the preparation. You got to remove like grills, you got to remove pieces of trim like that. Some people just paint around it, just leave the trim, cover it up, paint around it, but that's really bad because you see what happens. If that piece of trim moves a little bit, then it'll scratch the paint or reveal the old paint underneath, and that's really bad. So you just got to remove everything. That's a proper job. I also repaired this side here, the front. Recall there was a big dent here, and I opened it up, put some Bondo on it, and it looks perfect, huh? I had to put leave my fingerprints there. There's a door there. I did a repair on the door too. So still got some cleaning to do. So I'm gonna have to fix these bubbles here. I hate these bubbles. Then I gotta take some tape, cover up the trim, cover up the glass inside especially. Because you might not think so. You think, oh, I'm spraying outside, but the spray, the overspray from the gun, it will go inside and it will stick to the glass. You can always wipe it off with gasoline later, gasoline or diesel or something like that. But it's a bit harder. So I'm just gonna cover it up. Maybe show you guys that on the next video. But yeah, there you have it. That piece I replaced. Not bad, huh? You remember how this piece was here? Just a big hole. Literally nothing here. We'll have to sand this part down a little bit. The problem is, as you can see this side, there's just so much Bondo everywhere, and the line is like over here. It's like the original. That's why I left it like that. But I'm gonna have to change it. It's like sharp, and then as you can see here, it's much more curved. It's more rounded. But unfortunately, the replacement fender, it's very, very sharp, as you can see. But there's no way I can fix this, you know, because this fender here, it's a new fender, it's steel. But the other side is it's just got a lot of Bondo in it, and I'd have to remove all the Bondo, redo all the work on the entire car, and that would be too costly. So it's gonna end up staying like that. We'll try to fix it up a little bit, but the two sides aren't gonna be the same, unfortunately. Very unfortunate, but what can you do, huh?